So I'm just going to take a minute. We're going to talk about the entrepreneurial pledge and on giving back a little bit, but I just wanted to set the tone before we do that a little bit. Recently, I was, and by the way, actually, let me say one other thing before we do that. I mean, I spend my time at events like this because I love the energy of you guys. When you get this much firepower in a room, great things happen. The networking, the discussions, tonight on the cruise, it's just amazing what happens when we start to connect the dots amongst everybody. So I always try to make myself available to do things like that. And you know, we all know that the secret ingredient to success in anything you do in life is passion. And passion beats intelligence. I know some really smart people who've never done anything with their lives. And I know some really passionate people who have done amazing things. The reason that I support Arel and Sarah and Sheena and Michael and Empact is because these are people passionate about helping you achieve your goals. So wherever people are willing to make that commitment, I'm willing to give my time as well. So what I want to talk about just very, very briefly here is the giving back part of it. And you know, recently, I was in Algeria mentoring entrepreneurs, and I was walking through the Casbah, and a friend of mine from the States texted me, and he said, "Hey, Jeff, what are you doing?" And I got this opportunity to text back, "Walk in the Casbah." And the friend of mine said, "Man, you're really lucky. You get to do all these cool things in your life." And my immediate response was this: I'm not lucky, I'm engaged, okay? Things happen because I am engaged in life. Life is not a spectator sport. It's not a dress rehearsal. I put myself out there, I get involved, I take chances at things. So because I'm in the game and I'm engaged in the world around me, things happen. So my friends, when they say, "You're lucky," my response to them is engaged. But why am I engaged? And where did I get that concept? I used to have this sign on my office that said, "There is no they." And let me explain that to you guys. I was watching TV one day, and they were talking about, it seemed like every TV story was about a disaster somewhere, something in the world where things were bad. And I remember now shamefully thinking to myself, which we all do, boy, they should do something. I hope they get help. I hope they fix that. I hope they do something. And at the end of when I got up to walk out, I stopped for a minute, and something occurred to me. What if every one of us said, boy, I hope they do something? Guess who's doing something? Nobody, right? So I sat down for a minute, and something occurred to me. We are they. Why is it we think it's somebody else's responsibility to make the world a better place to live? Who's going to do it if everybody says, I hope they do something? So I made this sign, I stuck it on my door, and the next morning at work, and I wrote, there is no they. And my employees came in and said, what does that mean? And I said, what it means is it's up to us to change the world. It's up to us to make the world we live in a better place. It's up to us to reach out and to give back. Because if you're waiting for somebody else to do it, it ain't going to happen. So we got this sort of policy, attitude of being engaged, of saying, it's my responsibility. I can't watch the news and wonder who's doing that. Maybe I could do it. Maybe I could be the person that started a chain of events that went and fixed those people. So when some other person watching TV says, boy, it's great that they came to the rescue, that they made the difference in the world, we were that day. So what I'm challenging you guys today, and we're going to talk about this tomorrow in the Legacy event as well, is to never say to anything you see, I hope they do something about it. We are they. It is our responsibility to do it. Now, I'll say one more thing. Sometimes friends of mine have said, well, it's easier when you have money, when you make money to do it. And the truth is, which you heard on the panel, you know, at the point that Priceline's market cap hit $20 billion, it was a lot easier for us to write checks. We did a lot of charity work, and there are problems in the world that require money to solve. I'll talk about this more when I speak tomorrow morning. However, when people tell me, when I make money, then I'll give back, that is weak, people. Okay, there are many, many ways for you to make other people's lives better and for you to give back. And I'm just going to give you a couple of quick examples of 2 calls I did this week. Okay, there was an entrepreneur, a young lady in Africa. She lives in a village in Africa. Her life is nothing like we can imagine at all, but she wants to be an entrepreneur. everybody in her world around her and surrounding this girl tells her every day, you've had generations of African women in this village that make babies and feed the men, basically. So who do you think you are? All she wants to do is be an entrepreneur. I can't go to Africa. I can't change the attitudes of the people around her. But you know what I can do, and I do all the time? She texted me the other day from the village, and she said, I'm just having a bad day. I need a hug. Okay, from across the miles virtually, I can reach out, give her a hug, and tell her never stop going forward. You are smart enough. Your idea is a great idea. I will help you with it, and I'll be here anytime you need a hug. Did I make a positive impact on somebody's life without spending a dime? Absolutely. There is a girl today, while we were sitting here earlier, in Peru, that's an entrepreneur that spent 4 years saving money to launch her business. She finally had enough, and a family member stole it after 4 years of finding it. You know what I did? Because I'm engaged and I get out there and I know people all over the place, I contacted my network and I got 6 people in Peru to come together and replace the money for her so she can still launch her company. She had no other solution to do that. What I'm telling you is I found 2 ways to make a difference. Neither of them cost me a dime. So do not tell me you'll give back when you make money. You'll do that too. But there are many ways that you can take the pledge to make the world around you a better place, to use. You're in this room because you're intelligent, energetic, and passionate. You need to give that to other people and share them. And that's the, you know that old phrase, I think the phrase is a rising tide lifts all boats, right? When we all reach out and help somebody next to you, you know what they do? And this was amazing to me. One of the Asian trips that I just took, an Asian entrepreneur just sent me a message that said, look, you changed my life by helping me achieve my goal. And he said, so yesterday I found a young entrepreneur in my community, and I went to him just to repay the debt that I felt I owed to you, Jeff. And I said, you don't owe me anything, but what you did was phenomenal. Imagine if that effect continues. If you reach out and help one person and they decide they want to pass that along to somebody. So what we're going to talk about right now, and I'm going to talk about it some more tomorrow morning in more specifics, is all of our ability, but more importantly, I'm going to tell you this, your responsibility. Entrepreneurship is a privilege. Success is a privilege. I understand that you've worked really, really hard to achieve that. But you know what feels better than working really, really hard to achieve that? Being able to use the skills and the traits you have to help other people achieve their dreams is too. Until the first time you feel that, until somebody tells you, you changed my life because of who you are, you'll have no idea that that's the greatest gift that you'll ever receive. It's not the money you made. In fact, the first time I made a bunch of money, I stood there and thought, wait, that was it? It just seemed a little bit empty. The first time somebody wrote me a letter and said, you changed my life by your actions, I couldn't come down from cloud 9 from that. So I'm getting a little emotional about it now, so I will get off stage. But thank you, guys. Let's all make a difference.